Hi everybody, it's Diane. Today is Monday, February 20th? No, 17th, sorry. I got ahead of myself. February 17th. And I completed this little journal that I showed you in yesterday's video, and I love it, I love it, I love it. Just show you a little bit. You're just getting a sneak peek of it, and you'll see the rest of it in the flip through. But I have a few things left to do on these. So I did work on these over the weekend. So I'll explain why I had to be in here yesterday for some time on Sunday when I shouldn't have been, but I was, and I'll tell you why while I work. But I have this one. Let's start with this one. I have this one almost done. I have to decorate this tag. So this one, these have flowers on them, and guess what? I was looking through my stationery to find some stationery to put in, and I found one of the cards that came in both of these folders. So I included it in the journal. As you can see, I've sewn them together already because I'm not going to be doing any sewing or stamping on the pages. So I need to do that tag. And I'm doing flowers. I did children in this one because of the children on the cover, and these have flowers, so I'm including flowers and seed packets. That's not a flower, but it's, you know, vegetation. Floral card. I wanted to add another pocket right here, but I don't know what I'm going to use for the pocket. Let's look at some flowers. So I got a bunch of flower cutouts in here and pages, and they're all from books and magazines. I think that would be a really cute tuck spot. Let's see. I want to make something a little bit bigger behind it, so I'm gonna have to do some editing because I'm going to trim this, and then I'm going to cut a shape with my Big Shot to put behind this, and I'll probably find a yellow that looks close to that color of yellow. So allow me to do some stuff behind the scenes, and I'll be right back. So this is the shape I came up with, and it'll make a really cute tuck spot there. So the reason I had to be in here yesterday, or told myself I had to be in here, was because I had my son over and his family, and I made popovers. And whenever I make popovers, the hood on my stove must not be very good, and it sets off my smoke alarm every single time. So we kind of took the smoke alarm apart, but not completely apart, and it was beeping, you know, doing the chirping thing, because the battery was disconnected, but still in there. It was still running off the battery, obviously, or it wouldn't be chirping. And we put it back together, and it still kept chirping. And my son didn't know how to make it stop chirping. I didn't know how. We tried everything. Well, not everything, but everything we could think of. And my son-in-law is the one that usually does that when he's here. When I make popovers, I always have to just take apart the smoke alarm. And so I put in a text. He's working. I don't know how long it takes him to get to and from work, but, you know, within the 30-minute range. And he works 12-hour days, so he worked until 7 o'clock. So anyway, I texted him. He said he'd stop by. The weather was terrible, raining, freezing, so it was icy out. But he stopped by after work. And it was about 8 o'clock by the time he got here, because he worked a little bit overtime. So now I need something I can put in there. What shall I put in there? So while the thing is chirping, I can't be in the living room. I have a very small place, so it just sounded very loud wherever I was. But I think I'll just tuck that in there. And something else. These are just, this is not a digital, but these are all these items. So I had to be in a different room with the door shut. So it wouldn't, I could still hear it, of course, but it wasn't quite so loud. So I was in my bedroom for a while, on my bed, editing a video. And then I came in here and shut the door and did some crafting. I figured this is a good time. I'll just put one of these jars in here for me to get some work done. Finish up these. I wanted these journals to just be very quick. So let's make it a weekend project and get them done. So that's why I was in here working on these journals. And that's the end of that long story. This is so pretty, that blue. So I'm just gonna back that with something and paper clip it on there. I'll make a little border around it so it stands off of the blue background. That looks really pretty. I want to just clip this closed. The back half has 2 pockets, and the front half only had this one little one, so that's why I wanted to put a pocket here. So I think we have enough pockets for something that's supposed to be a quick little journal. And then this pocket is built into the folder, and I just decorated it with this. But the pieces that I put in would fall out, tip out. So I want to put something down here for them to fall into. So I found this just scrap. It's cardstock and it has this heart punched out of it, but I can put that over here so it will be glued down, and then the items would just slide down into that. So let's create a pocket with this. This part is going to be glued down. And then this part will just be a pocket. And then I tucked in a While You Were Out page. Hopefully they'll fall down into that. I guess I'll help them out. A cut off scrapbook paper. And I like the black and white Queen Anne's lace. So I'll glue that to something and make it into another journal card. I just realized my furnace was on and my door was open, so you heard that, and you can hear it anyway if I have the door shut, because of course the air is coming in here. Everything is so noisy here. And Cherry Aid label. So I'm going to add an eyelet right here so I can wrap some seam binding around like I did this one. I just put one eyelet in it, and I have one shorter end and one longer end. And the long one wraps around and then comes around and ties. So let's do that. Well, that was more of a struggle than it should have been. I had some issues with it and ended up having to put a patch on it and try again. And while I was off camera, I did it on this one, which turned out perfect, so who knows. So now I'm going to add a tie. I like this ombre because it's got the green, the lime green, and the bright pink, but I don't know if it's long enough. It probably is not long enough, so I'll just go with pink. So I just doubled it. One end is longer than the other, and it's more than I need, so I'll be able to trim probably both ends. And put that doubled edge, if I can get it through the hole here. And then, just like we do with our tags, loop both ends through that, and there it is. Okay, and then wrap the long end around the back, and tie it. And I'll use those ends for something else. Now, we still have to do the tags. And I'll do something with something from this pile to kind of go with the colors on the inside. So I'll open up the books while I look. This would be great in there. See, I have the black and white here, so a nice bright color would be nice there. And it's just about the right size. There's a piece for that. I don't have a pocket here yet. So let's choose the pocket. Looking for something that has more of a horizontal look to it. Oh, those are cool. These are guides for planting. Save for future reference, planting different types of plants. I think I'll make a pocket with that and add an element to it. Of course, this is a page from an Edith Holden book. I backed this piece with yellow to kind of echo what I did over here. It didn't need to be backed on cardstock, but I wanted it to kind of look like that. So now, this is the color that I have here, so now I can look for an image to put on the giant tag. I like that with it. I think we can use either one of those. I like that color. It takes the yellow from the background and puts it all right there. But this takes all the colors, and that looks nice too, but I'm gonna go with this one. These lovely color photographs, they're not illustrations, which is what we normally go for, but they're photographs, and they all came out of a collection of like kind of almost like encyclopedias for gardening that I got for free from my neighbor's, or not my neighbor, my friend's garage a few years ago. I didn't take them. She offered, oh, I did take them, but only after she offered them to me. She told me to come take anything I wanted out of her garage. So I don't know what I want to do for background. I'm thinking maybe embossing. That is just what they needed. And I'll add a little color on the top. Okay, so they're embossed and vintage photo ink rubbed over them, just an image glued down, and I pressed it down with the brayer because of the texture. And then I found these little labels that they're on cardstock, so they must have come in an ephemera pack or something. So these tags are done. I was thinking about gluing something to the back for writing on, but I think I'll just leave that for the owner to do. This one goes in here. Okay, now I know I have a few more things to do in this journal. I need a pocket here, like this one that we did. That's from a children's book. And that is Spanish. It was an alphabet book and all the words were Spanish. And the illustrations were just gorgeous, as you can see. Okay, so I need to find a piece of cardstock. I think I'll stick with the yellow. That's gorgeous. I cut them out by hand, so I'm just trying to even out those cutting lines that were not very even. Don't take that off. Maybe I should glue this on a little more so it doesn't seem like it's supposed to come off. So that leaves us with this back page, back cover. And I'll make the little pocket at the bottom too. Okay, I think we have it. While You Were Out and Cherryade, and I have another floral card in there. And a cutoff piece. I'll back that with some cardstock and add the seam binding here, and these will be done. I'm going to put together some packs to send with these so I can show you those when I do the flip through in the next video. So thank you so much for coming along on this quick little fun project that actually uses something that would have been thrown away. I'm grateful that this was just too precious to throw away. It was empty, so the stationery was probably used, but someone loved it enough to not throw it away. These two I got at a flea market with the cards in them, or at least some of the cards. And I thought, because I had this one, that gave me the idea to hold on to these and maybe make a journal out of them. So I'm glad I did. It's something cute and fun project, quick, and just a nice little notebook. So I'll show you the final flip through in the next video, and they'll be in my shop at that point. I'll see you then. Have a creative day. Bye.